So we're going MVP.
So these are the ones I nailed last year. Right?
Yeah.
I got a lot. Had crap thrown at me.
If only you
thrown in my direction.
If only you'd had that MyBookie juice last year, you'd have been rolling in it.
I guess at the end of the day, it still would have been.
You would have been wrong.
Yeah, I would have been wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
So why are you taking all this credit for being wrong?
Well, because you sat here and you just ripped into me when I said Derek Carr was an MVP candidate.
I
and
laughed.
Then sure enough, look what happens.
So who do you have for your MVP this year?
Well, this goes back to the whole deal with who I think is going to win is different than who I would probably put money on to win, because I think the MVP is going to be Aaron Rodgers. I think he's going to have an absolutely incredible season. But
do you have the numbers on Rodgers? What is Rodgers?
Plus 400.
That's
4 to 1.
That's not a value pick, though.
So, well, that's what I'm saying. He would be he's who I think is going to win.
I did the same thing, by the way. I have my pick and then value pick.
Okay.
So he's my pick to win MVP. But if I'm thinking outside the box here and I want some value, I'm looking at quarterbacks, obviously. This is a
quarterbacks-driven league. Yeah.
It's a quarterback-driven league, but it's quarterbacks award to lose. So I start to look at quarterbacks, and then I start to look at teams that could potentially exceed expectations by virtue of their quarterback play. So in other words, a guy like Carson Wentz at plus 6,000. Because if the Eagles take the next step, he's going to be one of the driving forces behind that. And that's going to give him some MVP votes.
Oh, man.
Kirk Cousins is another guy.
I like that one.
Puts up numbers. If the Redskins do anything, they make the playoffs. He's got the same odds, 60 to 1 there.
The voters hate Dan Snyder, so maybe they vote in the MVP to
So really, it's got a collection of quarterbacks that you can just pick and choose from. Phillip Rivers.
That's mine.
Phillip Rivers
all these quarterbacks.
Yeah, as you say, it's got a list of all the quarterbacks.
Well, go ahead. Because it doesn't matter which one you pick. They're all the friggin' same guy.
You got the 2017 roster of the quarterback club.
Like, Jesus Christ. All right, who do you like?
I think Drew Brees will be the MVP this year because I like the Saints taking.
These guys are all in the same tier, same layer. So just pick any of them.
And as my value pick, Phillip Rivers. Man, when did you become Mike Cole?
This is the same thing that happened last year. I say one name, and all of a sudden it's just that things go off the rails because it's just you can't get.
I don't think I've ever seen them.
You don't want to get your 2 cents in, but no, go ahead. You go now.
That's life dealing with you. I totally get where he's coming from. I 100% get it.
All right, go ahead.
God, we're not even in week 1 and the blood pressure is through the roof. The pick is Tom Brady. The guy is again. So I came to this realization the other day. I don't like the Patriots. I'm not a homer. I just want to get that out of the way. This is not a homer pick, but just put all the money on the Patriots in every week until you have a reason not to. They went 14-2 last year, or whatever it was, and they won every game in the playoffs, and they covered 85% of the games. So just bet on the Patriots until you have a reason not to. I'm not going to sit here and be a contrarian this year and bang my head against the wall trying to be the smart guy picking against the Patriots. It's a way to lose money, and it's a way to lose games to you two idiots. So I'm not doing it. I think if everything plays out the way it should, Tom Brady's the MVP. I mean, Jesus Christ, they have a good team. He's going to be the best player on that good team. Duh. Well, plus 330 at MyBookie seems almost like a bargain. But my value picks, I like a couple of these. Since 1986, only one player has won the MVP who wasn't a running back or a quarterback. And that was Lawrence Taylor in 1986, arguably the best defensive player of all time. Running backs and quarterbacks win this award. Wide receivers don't, tight ends don't, defensive players don't. So I'm taking a running back and a quarterback as my value pick. My running back, love David Johnson. 20 to 1, I just feel like that's good value. He comes out and runs for 1,800 yards, catches a whole ton of touchdowns. People love fantasy. That's going to be inflated with value because of that. That's a good one. Also, I'll take a former MVP at 25 to 1, Cam Newton. I told you guys last week they have a easier schedule this year. He's going to have an easier time throwing the ball. They're going to have an easier time matriculating the football down the field. He gets in situations, doesn't matter where they are on the field, he has value in terms of whether he's going to move the football down the field with his legs, and he can score from anywhere on the field, whether it's throwing the football or with his legs. A lot of value there. 25 to 1, I love it. I actually might. I'm going on MyBookie right now to make that wager on the MVP.
Wow.
25 to 1. That's a good
Drew
bet.
Brees is 25 to 1. I like him. And
Marcus
Phillip
Mariota is 25 to 1 as well.
Rivers. Phillip Rivers 40 to 1 blows my mind. I like that so much.
It doesn't blow my mind at all because he
He's
threw a million interceptions.
Yeah,
last
but
year.
he's not going to do that this year.
You don't know that.
I had the Chargers going to the AFC Championship.
I love how it's so quick to write other things off, but then he just completely discredits
Again,
the fact that it's just, it would be flabbergasting for Phillip Rivers to throw 30 interceptions this year.
You can't see him going
Get used
33
to it.
and
I
8.
mean, Jesus,
You can't see him going 33 and 8 this year. I can see him going 33 and 8, throwing 5,000 yards, and the Chargers going 12 and 4.
I could also see him going 28 and 15. Like I
think it's very likely. Well, the 33.
28 15. I know.
Well, that's the thing about a lot of these quarterbacks, as I was saying. That's
The thing is, the Chargers this year have a running game. They don't have to rely on Phillip Rivers so often.
All right.
what is, I mean,
He's not going to throw the ball every down, like Aaron Rodgers. That's why I don't like the Aaron Rodgers bet. Because Aaron Rodgers doesn't throw the ball every down this year. Drew Brees doesn't have to throw the ball every
yeah,
down. He has
so
Adrian
you're going to
Peterson.
look up and those stats are going to be through the roof.
They're going to be more accurate. When you can mix the run and the pass, you can be more accurate. You're not going to throw 55 interceptions in the season.
All right.
Rookie of the years.
Rookie of the year.
Offensive rookie of the years.
Who wants to start?
I'll start. I like Deontay Foreman, 55 to 1, Houston Texans running back. I think he'll replace Lamar Miller. He'll have a breakout. I saw him run against the Patriots. He was running all over them. I like Deontay Foreman.
I was gonna take Christian McCaffrey because I think that he's just gonna have such a large role in that Panthers offense right from the start, and I think he's gonna be the guy that this year kind of takes the lead by storm in the first few weeks. We're like amazed by some of the things he can do on the field, particularly after the catch. Coming out of the backfield. So he was the guy that jumped off the page immediately, but I'm taking Kareem Hunt of the Kansas City Chiefs. With Spencer Ware going down, he figured they were going to incorporate him into their game plan anyways. Now he's probably going to get more of a workload. So if he's the guy in Kansas City, a run-first team as it is, I could see him putting up some big numbers.
Sure, I'm going to
20
take
to 1, by the
20 to
way,
1. That's not bad. I'm going to take Corey Davis, 16 to 1. Hamstring injuries kind of limit him in the preseason, so it might take him a while to get going. And maybe he doesn't get going at all this season. It's a bad pick.
Did you put that bet in?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Saw it live.
First, he gives them a pretty legitimate number one. I mean,
Yeah, it's
even if you think they reach for him in the draft.
it's just interesting. I looked it up, his NFL draft profile. I think it's funny that his NFL comparison is Eric Decker, and now Eric Decker is down there with the Titans. But again, I think we're all pretty much in agreement that Mariota is going to take another step this year. He's going to be and Corey Davis is. It was one of those things where they had a need for more receivers. They went out and got him. I think you're going to, you don't go make that draft pick that high where some people even thought that they could have drafted down and still got him. You don't use that pick up there without, intentions of using him, making him a focal point of your offense. This NFL draft thing called him a touchdown juggernaut. So it's one of those things you could point to, say, hey, he scored touchdowns.
He's a touchdown juggernaut.
It'd be nice to.
That's a good description to earn yourself.
Be nice to parlay some futures, because if you could do that, parlay all that Cam Newton and that Christian McCaffrey, and they have a big game there.
You can't parlay 2 Rookie of the Year candidates, so there's only 1 Rookie of the Year winner.
I wasn't. What are you talking about?
What did you say? You want to? It'll be
Cam
cool
Newton,
to parlay these.
Cam Newton
For MVP.
and Christian
Oh, okay,
McCaffrey.
Yeah,
MVP.
that works.
You
That
can't-
works. You
yeah.
can't parlay Deontay
No,
Foreman.
no kidding. That goes. Jesus.
It goes against the rules.
Yes, it does. All right.